Imagine a time when the Catholic Church found itself at the crossroads of history. The 16th century, a period of turbulence and transformation. The world was witnessing a seismic shift in religious thought, a rebellion against the long-standing traditions of the Church. The Protestant Reformation was not just a ripple, but a tidal wave that threatened to wash away the foundations of Catholicism. Martin Luther's 95 Theses had sparked a wildfire of dissent, challenging the Church's doctrines and authority. The sale of indulgences, the role of the clergy, the interpretation of the scriptures, all were subjects of heated debate. The Church was under siege, its very existence in jeopardy. In this storm of controversy, the Church needed to reaffirm its doctrines and re-establish its authority. It needed a counter-reformation. And so, in this moment of crisis, emerged a beacon of hope, the Council of Trent. Envision a gathering of the most influential minds of the time, convened by Pope Paul III. A meeting of epic proportions, where the fate of an entire faith was to be decided. This was the Council of Trent, a pivotal moment in the history of the Catholic Church. This council, the 19th Ecumenical Gathering to be precise, was a response to the seismic shifts caused by the Protestant Reformation. The Church was facing criticism and its authority was under threat. The Council of Trent was convened with a threefold objective: to re-establish the Church's authority, reaffirm its doctrines, and address the issues that were fueling the Protestant movement. For almost 2 decades, from 1545 to 1563, the Council convened in 3 significant periods. Each period was marked by intense debates and deliberations on the pressing issues of the time. The Council wasn't just a meeting, it was a battleground where theological debates raged and the future of Catholicism was being chiseled out. At the heart of the Council were the key issues of the Protestant Reformation. Questions related to the interpretation of the sacred scriptures, the sacraments, and the role of the clergy were fiercely debated. The Council aimed to provide clear guidelines on these matters to strengthen the Church's foundation. The intensity of the Council's deliberations was matched only by the diversity of its participants. It brought together a wide array of individuals from various countries and backgrounds. Cardinals, bishops, theologians, and scholars all came together to contribute their insights and expertise. The location for this monumental gathering was the picturesque town of Trento, nestled in the foothills of the Italian Alps. The serene beauty of the town provided a stark contrast to the heated theological debates that took place within its walls. The Council of Trent was not just a meeting, it was a battle of ideologies. It was a turning point in the history of the Catholic Church, a defining moment that would shape its future. This was not just a gathering, but a battle of ideologies that would shape the future of Catholicism. Picture this: the town of Trento, a picturesque backdrop to the monumental council. Nestled in the heart of northern Italy, this humble town became the stage for one of history's most dramatic theological confrontations. Its cobblestone streets, quaint piazzas, and towering cathedral bore witness to the intense debates and spirited discussions that echoed through its halls. Over the course of nearly 2 decades, Trento was transformed into a battlefield where the soul of Catholicism was contested. The air was thick with anticipation and tension as the Church's most influential minds gathered to deliberate on the future of their faith. The stakes were high, the discussions heated, the decisions momentous. Amid the shadow of the mighty Alps, in the hushed silence of the cathedral, or in the bustling squares, the town lived and breathed the council's proceedings. Every corner of Trento was steeped in the fervor of the Counter-Reformation. Trento was not just a host, but a witness to the transformation of the Catholic Church. The Council of Trent was a melting pot of diverse participants, each bringing their unique perspective. This wasn't just a meeting of minds, it was a grand assembly of the most influential figures within the Catholic Church during the 16th century. From the crimson-clad cardinals and the esteemed bishops to the erudite theologians and scholars, each had a role to play in this historical event. Picture the scene: a myriad of languages filling the air, a symphony of thought and discourse. Cardinals resplendent in their regalia debating with bishops, their wisdom and experience shaping the discussions. Theologians with their deep understanding of Scripture, challenging and enlightening, their words echoing in the Grand Hall. But it wasn't just the clergy who had a voice. Scholars, too, made their mark, their knowledge and expertise helping to guide the council's decisions. They dissected, debated, and deliberated on every aspect of Catholic doctrine, their insights instrumental in shaping the Church's future. Together, they formed a formidable force, a collective powerhouse of intellect and faith. Their debates were intense, their decisions profound. They each played a part in steering the course of the Church, ensuring its survival in a time of great upheaval. The Council was a testament to the collective wisdom of these extraordinary individuals. Their contributions, their debates, their decisions, all played a part in the Counter-Reformation, helping to shape the Catholic Church as we know it today. The impact of the Council of Trent was nothing short of monumental. This historic gathering of the Catholic Church's brightest minds was not just an event, but a catalyst for change that would resonate throughout the centuries. One of the Council's most significant achievements was the reaffirmation of Catholic doctrine. In response to the challenges posed by the Protestant Reformation, the Council took a firm stand, reaffirming the 7 sacraments, the real presence of Christ in the Eucharist, and the necessity of good works for salvation. These decisions countered the Protestant assertions, strengthening the Church's position and reasserting its distinct identity. But the Council didn't stop there. Recognizing the need to equip its clergy for the challenges of a changing world, it placed a strong emphasis on education. It mandated the establishment of seminaries in every diocese, ensuring that future priests would receive comprehensive theological training. This move not only elevated the intellectual rigor within the clergy, but also fostered a greater understanding of the Church's teachings among its followers. Additionally, the Council of Trent understood the power of art and architecture as expressions of faith. It actively promoted these forms of expression, leading to the rise of the Baroque era in Catholic art and architecture. This period saw the creation of some of the most iconic and breathtaking masterpieces that continue to inspire awe and devotion. The Council also sought to enhance the spiritual life of the faithful. It revised the liturgy, making it more accessible and meaningful. It established norms for the celebration of the Mass, ensuring uniformity and reverence across all churches. And let's not forget the Council's significant contribution to the world of music. It endorsed the use of polyphonic music during services, paving the way for the development of rich and complex choral traditions within the Church. In essence, the Council of Trent left an indelible mark on the Catholic Church, shaping its doctrines, practices, and aesthetic expressions. It was not just an event, but a turning point in the history of the Catholic Church. The echoes of the Council of Trent can still be heard in the Catholic Church today. This monumental event, steeped in rich history and profound deliberations, had far-reaching consequences that have shaped the face of Catholicism as we know it. In the aftermath of the Council, the Church experienced a profound spiritual rejuvenation. The reaffirmation of Catholic doctrines breathed new life into the faith. This renewed spirituality was not confined within the boundaries of the Church, but spilled over into the lives of the faithful, inspiring a deeper commitment to their beliefs and a heightened sense of devotion. This spiritual resurgence also fueled a resurgence in missionary activity. The Council's clarifications and affirmations provided the missionaries with a solid foundation upon which they could spread the Catholic faith. They ventured into new territories, carrying with them the newly solidified doctrines and the spirit of the Counter-Reformation. This period witnessed a remarkable expansion of the Church's reach, with Catholicism spreading to the far corners of the world. But perhaps one of the most significant outcomes of the Council of Trent was the solidification of the Church's hierarchical structure. The Council established clear roles and responsibilities for the clergy, promoting a more organized and efficient Church administration. This structure, rooted in the decisions made at Trent, remains largely intact today, guiding the operations of the Catholic Church across the globe. The Council of Trent also left an indelible mark on the world of art and culture. The period following the Council saw the flourishing of the Baroque style, characterized by its grandeur and emotional intensity. The Church, looking to inspire awe and devotion, commissioned magnificent works of art and architecture that remain iconic symbols of this era. This cultural legacy, born out of the Council's decisions, continues to captivate and inspire people around the world. In essence, the Council of Trent was more than just a gathering of Church officials debating theological issues. It was a transformative event that reshaped the Catholic Church leaving a lasting legacy that continues to influence Catholicism to this day. From renewing spirituality and invigorating missionary activity to solidifying the Church's hierarchical structure and inspiring a cultural renaissance, the Council's impact cannot be overstated. The Council of Trent, a pivotal chapter in the annals of Catholic history, continues to shape the Church as we know it today.